Welcome back, everybody. I had an idea and I thought, well, I'll jump on and include you in this in case you would like to do it as well. I know that in this journal, I am going to want 1 or 2 belly bands. And what that is here is our prototype. I'll show you. We don't have any pages in this yet, but let's pretend this page is connected. It's part of our signature. Well, this would get glued down at the top and at the bottom. And then you could put, let's see, you could put a tag or anything you wanted in there and it would hold it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you both ways that I was thinking today, or if we'll only have time for one. We'll see. I know that my pages are not going to be any bigger than a standard US size sheet of printer paper. So I know that this could be my, I don't know what you call it. My thing that shows me, my template that shows me don't go bigger than this. So I've got some coffee dyed paper here. You don't have to use coffee dyed. I'm just trying to make this kind of go in the theme of our vintage journal. And so this is prototype number 1. And if you untie it and grab a hold of this, you have a writing space. So it is a belly band with a writing spot. And then we just tie the ribbon up in a bow and call it good. Now, once you get it down on the page, you could go back and decorate. So I have this one completed, and I did also do this one. Now, I am going to, off camera, do a mass make because I'm thinking I want these for other journals. So let's get right to it. So you could use a book page. I've got some Edith Holden just print here. You could use a normal book page, but it needs to be thick. If it's not thick and you find your pages are kind of thin, glue 2 or 3 together and then you could cut it. Or you could use some scrapbook paper. So I think for now, I'm just going to use this. Edith Holden has pretty thick pages. And looking at it, I know I want to cut off the edges here. And how tall is it? It's way too tall. So I'm going to bring in my cutter. How wide do I want it? Well, if this is our page, I'm thinking about there. I'm not measuring. I'm just going an approximate. We're just going to try that. And then this side, I will use for another one, and I'll trim off that edge. Now, the next thing is you're going to need a focal point, right? I am rounding corners on these. So now I put it here and whoa, it's too long. Go back and cut it. So I'll cut a little off the top and the bottom. All right, let's go ahead and round the corners again. Okay, and then I will come in and I will ink around the edges. Now, just double check that it fits. It does. See, I've got some space up there and I've got some space down here. Okay, now we need our focal point. So let's just see. I've got a few. That's a little too wide. I want it to be a little bit skinnier than this. And I just, these were off of scrapbook pages and I just cut them apart. What about that one? Yep, still a little too wide. I'm just looking through what I've got. Here's a skinnier one. We could do this one. Okay. Yeah, so I just cut it so it's skinnier, right? Rounded the corners, and then I inked the edges. And here's what we shall do. We're going to need paper. I'm going to use a piece of coffee dyed paper. And these can be set aside for a minute. So you take this, and we're going to make it a strip that's just a little shorter than this card is. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that. And then I'm going to come over here and see if I can't get that right on the line. All right. Now we have a strip. Let's just double check. Yep, it does fit in the parameter of this. Now, you don't have to do this, but I come in and round all 4 corners. And then we're going to fold. So I'm going to set it near this, just because when I fold this over, I want to make sure that it stays a little bit inside this border when I fold it. Okay, see how that is going to be just smaller? Yeah, okay, so we folded that once. Now, we're gonna just go back and forth folding, kind of like you're a kid making a fan out of a piece of paper. There's probably a word for this. I don't know what it is, but that doesn't matter to me. And we're gonna fold till we get to the end, and you see there's a little left. Don't cut that off, because we are actually gonna fold that in a little, because this here is gonna be what we glue to the back of this card. Now, I'm going to come in and round all these other little corners. So now we're gonna need to glue this to the back. I'm just gonna stick that on the edge. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to first make sure that this fits in here. There we go. Get all that extra glue off that I messed up, and now it folds in. Oops, that's upside down. So if this is stuck down, well, let's just do it now. We'll take this, and we're gonna want it, well, you don't have to put it in the center, but I'm going to. So I'm gonna put glue on the very back piece, and I'm gonna find approximately the middle and glue that down. There we go. We have the beginnings of our flip out writing space, and there is a lot of writing space on that. And now I actually put a little tab on here just to help pull it. We also could use, we made these, we could use these as a tab, but I think for me, in my opinion, it's too big. So I have this little tab somebody made for me. I'm gonna take this and just get some ink around the edges. And then gluey glue. And I'm gonna go up here because I wanna leave myself room for a tie, a ribbon or something. Cute. Okay, so now we just need that closure. I've got this stuff here. I don't know what it is, but it's soft and thin. Does anybody know what that is? This is like a cotton twine, I guess. I think, let's try that. And first I want to make sure that I want to get the right length. So I want to make sure I'm going to be able to tie a bow. And then cut that off. If there's too much, we can cut a little more off if we need to. Now I'm going to take the two ends and pull so that they're even. And figure out about, I think I want the tie right about up here. Turn it over, and that's about where I wanted it. Oh, come on, stay. It's staying. Now I'm going to grab some tape. Doesn't matter what kind. I'm using masking tape. And I'm going to put glue on it. And we're just going to try and, make it so that that string, ribbon, whatever you happen to be using, is going to stay put back here. Come back to the front, tie our bow. Give it a little fix so it looks a little better. And there we have it. It's ready to go in a junk journal, and then it can be decorated later according to the page you put it on. So let's do one more real quick, maybe on this side. And put this in here and just kind of judge where I want it. Now what I could do, I could grab this and make sure that my focal point is going to fit, and then cut. So we'll put that down and see right about there. We'll cut that. Grab our paper and see how long we want it. Right about here. And I'm just going to fold this up like that. Down here. That tells me exactly where to cut it. And oh look, another focal point, or we have a fun little card to put in there. All right, around the corners. A wee bit of ink. And then I already have this one pre-cut. So is that going to be the right size? It is. Yeehaw. Oh yeah, so I want to glue this down to here first. We're going to put glue on the back. Whoa. Center it. There we go. And then, making sure it's not upside down, it goes here. So we got glue here. Center it again. Or try to at least. That is stuck down. Now this one opens this way. So we want to make sure we put our tab over here. And I will go ahead and use one of these that we made. If I remember, I will link the video to this in the description box in case you missed how to make these circle tabs. We just made them out of a circle punch and scrap paper, or you could use a glue stick, draw around it, and then cut it out. You don't have to have a punch. And then this here, that doesn't really go. Shoot, I told you guys I was going to use this. I lied. I'm sorry. I so lied. Let's try this one. Give it a little ink. And we can come back and decorate these page tabs that are on it as well later if we want to. I just want to get some bases done. Give it some glue. And then, oh, I want to go up here. How about we try this? I have no idea what it is. It's two pieces of something wrapped together and they're fuzzy. But I'm thinking I'm just going to cut it off down there and then flip it over. I want it about there. Grab my tape, kind of give it a measure. There's my glue again. I'm going to put a little glue down underneath this yarny string stuff as well. Just trying to make sure it stays. You could use washi tape, but just keep in mind, nobody's going to see this. So don't use your best, prettiest stuff. Turn it around. And then tie it in a bow. And there we go. It's a little too long, but I like it hanging down. I think we'll at least even them out. All right. Woohoo! We have another one done. So that is our, we're going to call it a flip out writing spot belly band, right? Does that sound good? Now we have that to go in our vintage journal, and I'm not sure which one I'm going to use. You know what? Let's just do that now. Let's figure that out. Okay. The cover is pinks. Maybe this one, because it does have a little pink, see? And then my tie is pink. Yeah. So this we'll tie first. Pull it a little bit to make it a little prettier. And then here's what you do. You put some glue here at the top. Oop. And glue here at the bottom. Place it in the center of your page. Press down where we had the glue and make sure that that gets nice and dry. I need to put this, okay, there we go. And then we have a spot for some journaling cards. Now this scrap here, I could totally use as a journaling card. So the back, very plain. The front, I do want to get a little bit of brown on the edges. And we'll come back and decorate this later. But, oh, I have an idea. This little thing I said was kind of brittle. I'm going to take the time and get it glued as the top of my, the top of my tag. And if I get enough glue, it should stay. Goodness sakes. Yes, it will. Okay. Even though it was brittle. Now the back, you could totally write on this because it's a very fine print and it's light colors. But if you've got something that the back is definitely not something to write on, hopefully you've got scrap paper that you save. So just grab a handful. I've got some here. I've got a little basket next to me I throw scraps into. And you could take some of that and put it on there. And I think what I'll do is I'm going to rip the top and the bottom. And where's my stick glue? I'm going to use some stick glue. And put a piece here. And then we could put another little strip over here. I think I'll take this little one and add it there just to give it a little more dimension. I don't know. Just for fun and silliness. I don't know. Just gives a little something more. There we go. And we can come in. And everything is sticking to me, my gluey fingers, and we can ink the back. And now we have something to put in there, and it's hidden. But you see, it could be something really wide even. You could put quite a bit in this. You could put it sideways. So this is the beginning of our journal. It will go in our signature later down the road, but I'm probably going to put some lace here on the edge. And actually, I think we have time. So I'm going to do that now. I think I'll just hold that up and cut. And then I know it's awfully wide, but that will make it so I have some on the page and some off of the page, and that'll be kind of cool. So in order to get that down, I think we better use our Fabrifix. And gauge how wide do we need to put the glue on. About here. There we go. Now, if we get this in our book and we decide it's hanging off too much, once we put our signatures in, then we can come and just fold this over and it will be double-sided. But I'm not going to do that for now. I'm going to wait and see. If we do not fold it over, I'm going to put something else down the edge of this. Maybe ribbon, a fabric ruffle, something like that. But there we go. Oh, wait. I had another way to make a belly band, and this one has pockets. So I'll do another video for that one here in a day or two. Okay, thanks for being here, you guys. Bye.